Good morning, welcome back folks. It's very early, it's a Monday morning. It's 10 days since my last video when I was on the beach with Tom, so thanks again Tom, really enjoyed that mate. Back on the permission today. I've got here really early because I've got work to do, but also the rain is forecast. We've had a lot of rain over the last week or so here in the UK. So that's good for the signals, but not good for me getting soaked. So I'm going to try and beat the weather if I can. We're back on the permission. I've already had a bit of a walk round. Quite a lot of my fields are arable, so the crops are in now, so I shan't be getting on those for a few months, sadly. I do have some pasture fields though, two of which that I've seen already this morning. The grass is really, really long, so until that's shortened down, I don't suppose I'll be getting on there either. So anyway, I'm walking back out to one of my other pastures, and I'm going to go via this little field here. It's quite stony as you can see, but also not much growing on it, so it gives me an opportunity to have a swing whilst I go. So without further ado, let's get you to the first hole. See you in a bit. Right, very first one. Haven't even moved. 66, 67 on the VDI. Let's see if we can find it together. It's out. Let's have a look. Oh, that looks a bit cat-like. Let's have a look. Very first dig of the day is a, yeah, one of them. Guess what it is yet? No, me neither. Bit of farm waste, I suspect. Oh well, first hole, see you in a bit. Next one. Well, I've had, this is about my fifth hole. Most of it's just junk, so I'm not quite sure if this is a bit of a depository for junk. Anyway, got a bit of lead. It's like quite an old bit of lead as well, so that's a positive sign, I guess. Very claggy ground, we've had a lot of rain, very, very wet. The holes are filling up with water quite quickly as well, so we'll see how we get on. Anyway, bit of lead, moving on. See you in a bit. No joy so far. About an hour in now, another bit of lead. Kind of, oh, for a minute I thought it might have a bit of something to it, but no, I think that's just a bit of lead. We'll find out when we clean it up. It's very muddy, very wet, very claggy. Signals, they're signals, but a lot of them are shotgun ends or shotgun caps and the kind of normal junk. So we'll keep plugging on, have a coffee in a minute, and hopefully that will change my fortunes. See you in a bit. Well, coffee break, bit of a change of scenery. Just take you up there. So that over there, where the tree line is basically what I call my Tudor field. I'm not sure if you can see, there's kind of posts in the ground there, which is where the electric fence will go in, and the sheep will be on here soon. So the other side of that is where the crops are coming through now, and I can't get back on. This is obviously pasture, quite a big field actually. I've been on here a couple of times, I haven't quite got down this far, so anyway, change of scenery and a change of fortune, I think. In the mid to late 60s, have no idea. It might be horsey. It might be tut, but sorry, that's actually quite interesting. I don't know, is that farmy? It's very heavy actually, or is it something else? Oh, actually, is there another bit there? Yeah, look, might be another bit there. Okay, let's just give it a clean and see what it is. Back in a sec. Well, no, that other little bit wasn't metallic. Don't know. It's got rust on the end there. It's got some sort of iron core, maybe. Yeah, there's a little bit there as well. Yeah, none the wiser. Looks like that's snapped off something. Yeah. When I first saw it, I thought it might be a pipe tamper or whatever they're called, but I'm not so sure now. I think that might just be a knob. Righto, moving on. Right, next one was very faint, actually. Very faint. Can't remember what the VDI now was, but the turret, there was something there, so I dug it. As you can see, that is quite a big hole. I reckon that's a good 6-7 inches, if not more. And that's what's popped out. It's round, and it's got some silver to it. But is it silver? No, I don't think it is. Is it a button? What is it? Can't feel a shank or anything. Interesting. I don't think it's not a coin. I'm pretty sure of that. It's obviously a button, but it's just lost its shank. All right, well, I'll give it a quick clean, but I was hoping that was going to be tarnished, but I'm not. I think that's actually where the silvering has come off. So yeah, I suspect that's just a little button with the shank long since gone. But I'll give it a quick clean. If anything comes up, I'll show you. If not, that will go in the bag. See you in a minute. Okay, scratchy throat. Next one, quite deep, about 6-7 inches, I reckon. In the well, it was 70s tone, but when I took the top off, it went up to 80s. I can see something round, but it looks lead-like to me. Can you see it? Just about there. Let's have a quick look. I just scooped it out, and oh yeah, that's heavy. That is very heavy. Yeah, so that is quite big, quite lead-like. Doesn't feel like it's got a hole. Okay, interesting. Some sort of weight, maybe. Let's just give it a quick clean. Back in a sec. That's well interesting, that. No idea. You can see the shape of it. It's got a bit of a taper to it, I suppose. It's definitely lead. It looks old. It was quite deep, and it's heavy and quite big, as you can see. So any ideas, let me know. I'm just presuming that's some sort of weight. But yeah, great. Happy with that. See you in a bit. Yeah, a bit blowy now. Next one is, yeah, one of those, isn't it? Horsey brass type thing. Okay, moving on. Right, next one was a 70 all the way around, absolutely lovely. And it looks lead-like to me. Looks like it might have some slats in it, like a buckle, but not a buckle. Right, let's just give that a quick clean. It's quite interesting, that one. Well, less convinced now. I thought it might be quite interesting, but if you could see, it's got this little bracket bit on the end, which almost looks like a kind of an old fuse type thing. It's got the same on the other side. Yeah, I think that's not that old actually, and I think that's probably domestic, some sort of fuse or whatever. Okay, keep going. Right, it's getting close to the end of the day now. I've got to get home, I'll crack on with some work, but made a bit of a mess of that one. Slightly missed it, but nonetheless, we finally got something that looks a bit like a coin. Just there. So let's see what we've got. Is it a coin? Is it a button? Is it? Oh, it's a button. I can feel it immediately. Dear. It might not even actually be a button either. Might just be one of them little stud things. Oh well, very muggy and messy. I'm not even going to bother cleaning that, to be honest. It might have something on it, but I suspect. Oh no, it is a button. Yeah, you can just see the shanks bent over. Yeah, so it might be a nice-ish button. We shall see when we get it back to the ranch. Okay, I'm going to do kind of one long swoop along the side of this field, and then I'll be heading back towards the car then. Righto, see you in a bit. Right, as soon as I threatened the metal detector with heading back to the car, I got another signal. So that was where, just about there, I just found that button. We've got something in the 40s here. It's in there. So So what will we find? It's in here somewhere, I think. Yep. Ooh. That's happy days. It's not complete. I don't care. It's part of a crotal bell. Yeah, look at that. Hard to decipher in all this mud, but just about to see the top there. Yeah, nice. Yeah, really happy with that. As I say, it's not whole, but it's yeah, it's encouraging. I'm more than happy with that. Right, see you in a bit. There you go, that's a tip for you. Threaten the metal detector, we're going home, and straight away you'll get loads of signals. So there's another one, again, a few steps only. And it looks, it's in this little clod here, and it looks, there's something green in there. Is that a zip? Don't know. Might be a bit of a zip, is it? Let me just give it a quick clean. I think that's just nothing. It's nice and green in there, but I don't think it's anything. If it is, you'll see it again in a sec. Okay. Right then, sun's come out. Blooming boiling now. I think we finally found a coin. It looks green. It looks more coin-like than button-like for a change. But it might be toasted. Yeah, it's definitely a coin, but it might be a blank. Let's just have a quick clean and I'll come back to you in a sec. Definitely a coin, but we'll never know who it is. That's a blanker. Never mind. Toast is toast. Righto, see you in a bit. There we go, nice bit of a buckle, I think. Yeah, that would have been nice actually. It's got a nice little design on it. Oh, sorry. Try and get you in focus. Yeah, you can see it's got a nice bit of design on it. That would obviously turn the corner there and go around there. So, yeah, nice. Sadly not complete though. Okay. Well, that one gave me the run around as well. My crutch is right by the biggest weed, but I'm reasonably excited. This was 65, 66, really strong tone. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Hopefully the wind's not too bad, it's just picking up. That looks a bit ring-like from here. Green though, not ooh, oh no. No. Oh, that's a shame. Look at that, that's sticking up at you like that. You think, oh, I've got a ring, but I think that's rather just a little screwy bit that goes onto a horsey bit or a... Oh, gutted, man. Really thought I was in there. Never mind. Righto, we'll keep plugging on. Blew me flipping ears off this one in the 70s and 80s. Go on then. Oh, I find some random stuff, don't I? Wow. That's got a little hole in it. So that would suggest that fixed to something. So sorry, there's a hole in there, look. On the end. Bit coming out there. It looks like that's broken off, so I think there was a similar bit coming out that way. Not a clue. Interesting, as always with my videos, isn't it? Lots of very strange finds. But yeah, we'll have a look. If you know what it is, drop me a comment. Come on, Bill, you know it. Right, good morning. Welcome to the roundup. I hoped to do this last night, but everything was absolutely caked in mud, so I didn't get around to cleaning it till late. Anyway, yeah, an indifferent day, mainly caused by the fact that the two big pasture fields that I was looking forward to going onto, the grass was kind of knee high in a lot of places, so it hasn't been cut back, or more importantly, hasn't put the sheep on them yet. So that'll take time for that to shorten down. And because of all the rain we'd had, I just had to kind of stick to the edges of the fields, which did prove to be frustrating, because not only were they really waterlogged, but there just wasn't a lot going on really. Anyway, having said that, there was loads of finds. That's the lead pile, some old bits of lead and some just general bits of lead. Then back to the kind of main bits, I guess. This thing here, thought was silver when it first came out. I didn't film it in the end because obviously it was very clear very quickly that it wasn't. A bit of pottery, a few bits and bobs, including nails. In terms of kind of bullets and artillery, we had a rather big, that's quite crusty, so that's quite old, I think, shell case. I had 3 or 4 cartridge ends. Nice little bullet there. And a nice little lead bullet as well. I quite like the lead one, so happy with that. That's fair enough. What else did we get? Normal bits and bobs. This thing here, got a couple of broken buckle bits. That would have been lovely, wouldn't it? You can see a nice pattern on there. So had that have been whole, that would have been a cracker, but never mind. This thing here, still none the wiser. It's got like a little metal ends on here and here. So I'm presuming that's, well, it looks kind of like a fuse, doesn't it? But I don't know. You tell me if you know what that is. This thing looked good for a little while, but I think it's probably just a domestic piece of a doorknob or a pulley or something. There's a kind of rusty end there, so it's obviously got some sort of iron core and another bit there. So again, none the wiser. This got my heart going for a bit. Thought that was going to be a ring, but obviously not. Again, just a bolt, I presume, went through there and attached to something. No idea. 2 blank coins, a horsey brass circular thingy. Again, always look good, don't they? But I think that's all they are. This thing here, I thought for a while it might be a kind of gas burner for a little hob or something, but it's got a hole on that end. That bit may have had a similar piece on, I don't know, and that definitely had a bit come off there, but I'm still none the wiser. So that obviously fixed to something, so if you know, please let me know. Then in terms of the other bits, we had 3 buttons. This one here, which I kind of questioned whether it was a button for a while, but no, it definitely is. That's quite nice, actually. I'm going to try and get this crusty bit off. It looks like there's a nice little pattern, and looks quite old, actually, so I'll have a look. The other 2 are blank. And then the last 2 kind of OKE bits, crotal belt, or part of. I think that's newer, much newer than the other 2 that I found, which are very green and very plain. That's obviously got quite a nice pattern on it, so shame I didn't find the whole one of those. That would have been a cracker, but never mind, still pleased with that. And then last, but by no means least, another lead find. I'm presuming that's a weight. It's quite big, it's very heavy. No markings on it that I can tell. I haven't weighed it to see if it kind of rounds off at any particular weight, but yeah, I'm assuming that's what that is. And again, if you know for sure, again, trade weight, I suspect, something like that. Looks like it's going to, it's very hard to date, I know, but it's got a bit of whiteness to it, so I think it's quite old. So that's about it for me. Thank you as always for stopping by. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so. I'd love you to do that, and obviously click the bell so that you don't miss out. And hopefully the weather is still very indifferent down this part of the world, so we'll see how things go, but hopefully out again in the next few days. Again, thanks for stopping by. Stay cool, and see you on the next one. Take care.